What up, guys? Alchemist here. Like something nice for you. So, I don't want this being like a negative video. This is more of a objective video. Okay. Yesterday I dropped a video talking about my experience at DreamCon, what it meant to me, and what I experienced from it for my first time ever going to DreamCon. Right? I've been to cons before, like C2E2, whatever, in Chicago and whatnot. So I had a general idea of how the convention was going to be in my head before I made it there. And when I made it there, it wasn't up to my expectation. So yesterday my video came off as like, you know, very like positive. But if there's a positive, there's also a negative, okay? I gave some pros in my video the other day, but I need to be more honest with some of the negatives and be more objective and let you guys know it wasn't the, you know, perfect experience that some people probably got from my perspective of that video, right? Someone commented on my video yesterday about me coming back from DreamCon, and what they said was shit was a terrible experience for me, man. This is their first experience at DreamCon. How we paid money just to walk around the building. The RSVP shit was confusing me and my crew. We're unprepared, nor did we inform ourselves to get RSVP. We waited in line for AMP for hours just to be turned around, just for them to eventually let everyone in because AMP was late. So let me tell y'all my organic experience at DreamCon, what all happened. When we showed up the day before DreamCon, you have to basically register. You gotta log in. You gotta let them know you showed up to get your badge for the convention the next day. When we showed up at the hotel to get our badge for the convention the next day, there was a long line. I'm talking about the line was wrapping around the goddamn building. That's how long the line was. My crew, blessed by God, lucky, when we got in there, they opened up another booth and we was ended up being in front of the line. The dude was like, hey, they can just get their badge at the single day table over here, even though they got weekend badges. So we went in there, in and out. We got out of there in 5 minutes compared to everybody else that had to wait in line for hours to get their badge. Now, what does this mean? It's a lot of people that come to DreamCon. It was like 23,000 people that were showing up at DreamCon. Now, on that day, was that many people there at that moment? No, some people signed in the actual day of DreamCon. But this is just a good example of you need more workers. It was that many people working at that time, so it was a very long line. You needed more workers giving out badges, so the line could have came in and out quicker than what it was going, right? So that's one thing. They definitely needed more workers when it came to that process. The day of the DreamCon, my group of friends and family, we didn't know you needed RSVP as well, just like this person. We figured out that you needed RSVP reservation. People don't know that. You need a reservation. You need to reserve events before DreamCon came out. We didn't know this. We didn't figure this out till literally the day before we get on our flight to go to DreamCon. Everything was already reserved and sold out. So what I already seen them do with DreamCon, or whoever their management team is, you don't get to do RSVP until like a week or two before the event. Okay, me and my family, we bought a DreamCon ticket, whatever, the very first time the tickets came out. The very first drop of the tickets, we bought ours, okay? So that's months in advance before RSVP comes out. For some reason, they do RSVP a week or two before the event. I guess they still planning on what all gonna be there, what panels gonna be and stuff open. So you're not able to reserve early. My critique, I would like to be able to reserve my placement for RSVP months in advance before the event happened. Because me and my family and friends, we thought we was already set and ready for the convention because we were used to other conventions, right? So once we bought our badge, we thought everything was just already settled. We just had to worry about our flight, ticket, and everything to get in there. We thought everything was settled. So when we found out you needed to reserve stuff and everything was already sold out a week before, it put a damper on our trip. When we got there, we literally couldn't do anything. It was literally, we showed up to the convention, we was like, okay, now what are we gonna do? Other conventions, C2E2 for example, when I went to C2E2 twice, First time with C2E2, it was boring because you needed money. If you're going to a convention with no money, it's boring because you have nothing on you to buy the artwork and stuff there. So my first time going to C2E2 was boring. The only thing that saved me was going to the panels to see the celebrities and stuff, the creators of the animes and the cartoons and the comics and stuff. That's what saved the first time me going to the convention. And playing in the open video game area and stuff, gaming and stuff. That's what saved it for me, and hanging out with my friends. The friends made the experience, right? Conventions really do feel like, based on who you bring with you, makes the event. Sad to say, but that's just what it is, right? But the second time with C2E2, I came with money, and that changed the whole experience for me. I was able to buy artwork and merch and stuff to take home with me from the great artists that was there. The gaming area, they had so many gaming area in C2E2. It always was an open place for you to play the game. And when it came to the panels at C2E2, there was no reservation. It was first come, first serve. If you wanted to come see a panel, you went and showed up, and you was able to walk in. And the only time they closed and locked the doors for that panel is when the room was literally packed. There was no more seats. They closed and locked the room up. So it was first come, first serve. My issue with DreamCon, it was none of that. The gaming room in DreamCon, it needed even more games than what they already had. They had a good selection, but it needed to be even bigger, because I swear it felt like when you came in that room, there was no seatment or placement to grab yourself a game and sit down and play the game with your friends at all. It was always packed. Always packed, bruh. I don't know if they needed to do a timer where it was like, hey, you're gonna be at this table for 30 minutes, and they have like security guards there or something, workers there making sure you're not hogging the game system, something. But the game systems there was always packed. Me and my family and friends did not get to touch a goddamn console at all because of it being that packed. They used the same gaming consoles for the tournament, which is normal. They did that at C2E2 as well, but at C2E2 they had two different sections. They had the table for the tournament, and then they had the table for just people that want to come and play the game. They didn't have that at DreamCon. At DreamCon, all the tables were being used for the tournaments, so there was no real table for you to sit down and just have fun with your friends. If it was already taken by somebody else. So that was the one con about the gaming room that I did not like at all, okay, compared to C2E2 that I went to. Second thing, panels. Let's be 100% honest here. The reason people come to DreamCon is to see the special events that they throw there, which is RDC World doing the Anime Jeopardy, AMP doing a Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader, Berleezy doing his Family Feud, the Bay Story them doing their music thing. Everybody coming, the dodgeball event, the basketball event, everybody coming to DreamCon to see these special events, right? All those events, every last one of those events, you needed reservation, RSVP. If you're a first timer, you didn't know nothing about that. So you wasn't able to attend these special events. Meaning, the only thing you do is just walk around the convention. That's all you can do. Now, was there panels to go to outside of the special main events that everybody came there to see? Yes. But they were not ran by the people trying to see. Okay? I'm not trying to shoot shots at other creators. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real and organic, okay? At C2E2, the open panels had celebrities and stuff in them open panels that people still knew. So they still was popping. At DreamCon, most of the open panels outside of the main event stuff is like fandom stuff. It's like, oh, fans came together to create this event for people to come to. There were people, there was like events being thrown by people that you never even heard of, don't even know the person. And those that open events that people are not really visiting because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? That's not why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So like, they may have a panel open for people to discuss One Piece characters and stuff. It's like, yeah, the fandom may go in that room, but it's like, there's no like main YouTuber or person instructor there to like guide the event that you really care for. It's just, hey, there's some random person that they want to make a panel for this. If you want to join, you can join. It's a fandom type thing. So if I have to get anybody advice, if you want to come to DreamCon, I'm letting you know right now, it is fandom, it is very fandom oriented. okay? Meaning, you gotta be a social butterfly. And the environment of DreamCon is very open and friendly. So it's easy to be a social butterfly. It's easy to be a social butterfly and talk to people that's interested in the same things as you. You're there for anime and gaming and stuff, right? And y'all all watch the same YouTubers and stuff, right? Very easy to talk about something, right? I talked to plenty of strangers there, had a good convo, didn't feel no type of creepy vibes or anything like that. Very simple. But we also know gamers and anime watching stuff, a lot of us are introverts. I myself is an introvert, right? So you probably don't want to do said thing I just said, right? So it's not that appealing. I can just say that much. I'm not trying to shoot at no small content creators. They trying to do their thing to get more people to know them and stuff. I'm not dropping your grind. I respect it, actually. It's just, we all know majority of people are there to see the big people. RDC, Real Easy, AMP, just to name a few. I'm not gonna go through the long list. There's a lot more, like Tony and Alpha and stuff, right? Most people are there to see them. They're not trying to see someone. I'm not trying to use the word nobody, but that's what it is to them. They're not trying to see a nobody, okay? I know somebody, shout out to the dude I met at the airport. He had his own little panel. He was doing Disney cartoon music as one of the panels inside DreamCon, which is dope. It was fired. It was lit in there. But it was only like, I think he said it was only like 600 of them in there. 600, 300 of them in the room. I can't remember. It was a small number. But most people not going to see him because nobody know him. I didn't even know him, but you know, it was a cool event. I heard it was jumping. That sounds dope to me, but no one knows him. No one trying to see that. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to give advice to RDC with DreamCon, it's like, if you're gonna have open panels, make sure you got someone famous throwing these open panels. You better throw somebody like being in that mug running that ish. You better throw freaking PG in that mug running some ish in there. Rico, just somebody big enough. Dante, somebody in that mug that people know that gonna make them be like, oh yeah, I'm going to that panel. You know what I'm saying? Freaking Afro was part of the freaking Evo panel and nobody knew in the gaming room. Nobody knew. It was pretty much dead in there because most people were doing the tournament, and then the people that was actually sitting there watching panel, it was hella open seats because people didn't know Afro was going to be there, right? So I feel like on the freaking event schedule thing, you should put there like, hey, Afro going to be there. You get a chance to talk to Afro. But I digress. So me and my family, we didn't have no RSVP there. So on the first day, we was walking around not knowing what to do. We was just exploring the convention. So if you don't have a reservation, you most likely not gonna be interested in going to most of the panels. I'm gonna be honest, most people didn't. You only gonna be walking around to go to the anime merch room like C2E2 had, which was dope. They had great merch there. I caught me a lot of merch. The merch there was amazing in the anime merch room. I love the anime merch room. That was my favorite room there. They got a DreamCon merch room. I got me merch there as well. That's why I say you gotta make sure you come with money. But in the anime merch room too, they was also playing music, getting lit in there. And there was moments, they had a moment in there where everybody getting lit, dancing stuff. Again, be a social butterfly. But they was getting lit in that mug, joking around and you know, hanging out with each other. And in the gaming room. But I want to cross the gaming room off because most of the spots were taken up. You couldn't really play the game. So the fun area, the only thing you ever do in convention is go to the anime merch room. If you're lucky, gaming room. But it was just the anime merch room. Other than that, there was nothing else to do in the convention unless you were willing to go to the panels, the open panels that most people didn't really go to. Most of the special things was RSVP. Kev on stage. I wanted to go to this comedy thing. Couldn't even go there. I couldn't go to the comedy stand-up because you needed RSVP and it was locked in. Couldn't go to the basketball game. RSVP. Dodgeball. RSVP. First day, we didn't get into not one RSVP. I didn't get into an RSVP event until the second day is because people dropped out to the Anime Jeopardy and me and my friends and family was able to finally grab a spot because we was over here refreshing our page non-stop to the RSVP to grab us a spot to the Anime Jeopardy. Then once we got that, then we got to the Family Feud as well, and then we got to the closing ceremony as well. We was able to cop those. And then later down the line, I guess they just started getting more lenient. It was like, okay, we let the people that reserve spots get in first, and after that, first come, first serve, which I'm okay with, right? But what I would say what they need to improve on is the RSVP for first time people. Make it that people that buy their badges early, that they can reserve their spots for the events early. That's my personal opinion. If you want to keep things from on the cheap side, do that. First come, first serve situation, right? Instead of after everybody get their badges, now we finna open it up a week or two before DreamCon, and now it's finna be a hassle where everybody trying to hop on the website and hurry for reserve. That's just chaotic. That's chaotic. Like it's a freaking shoe drop. Ain't nobody trying to do that ish, bro. Okay. Second thing I probably would say, if you don't want to do that one, second critique I would say is freaking money. I know people didn't want to hit that one. I know they're trying to keep it cheap for the fans and stuff, but money. If I'm over here paying extra money for a premium pass, a gold pass, premium pass, silver pass, whatever it is, if I'm over here spending money for a premium pass, I should automatically get reserved for every main stage event. Point blank period. If I'm over here spending the extra money to be able to be set inside the main stage room early, I should automatically already be reserved for these events, and it's up to me if I want to go to the event or not. It shouldn't be I buy the premium pass and I still have to go online and fight my way to get RSVP, bro. That's ludicrous. And the meet and greet thing as well. The meet and greet you have to reserve for as well. Besides Berleezy that I know that did multiple days for meet and greets, it's so many people that's trying to sign up for the meet and greet, make it a money thing. I know people don't want to hear that, but still, if I pay extra money to go see this person meet and greet, I should be allowed in there. It shouldn't be I'm over here waiting in a line for 2 hours to get a picture. They're only gonna take like 3 minutes to take, probably like 2 minutes to take one picture. Then I'm done. I went 2 hours in line to get a two minute picture. That's ridiculous compared to, you know, usual meet and greets where we sit in one room, we get to talk to the content creator for about an hour before we start taking pictures. You get what I'm saying? Like, let me pay that extra money to get this special privilege if that's what it's going to be, because too many people are there. Let me spend this extra money instead of it being first come first serve to reserve online, and then I'm over here waiting hours and hours and hours and stuff, right? I didn't have no RSVP, and I got lucky when it came to meeting and getting the pictures that I got. The picture I got with Afro was an amazing, cool guy. He just like he is in his videos and stuff. Amazing guy, man. I was just lucky to stumble across him while watching his Evo panel in the gamer room that most people didn't know about, and I was able to hurry up and cop a picture of him before he had to go to his meet and greet. So that was luck. I ran into Ben while people weren't paying attention and was able to say what up to him. Mark showed up late. I guess he wasn't there for the opening ceremony. He showed up late, so then we got to see him when he first came in on first day. Got to say what up to him. Ran into John outside on like the second or third day. Was able to say what up to him before I got inside there for the Anime Jeopardy thing, right? Who else that I just ran into? Most people I ran into randomly and got a picture. I had ran into Tony at the convention, but everybody started crowding around him, so I didn't get a chance to, you know, take a picture of him. I say what up. But we're lucky, Tony was at the same airport as me, on the same plane, Southwest, whatever. So I was able to take a picture with Tony. Cool guy, down to earth, really chill. So like, unless you RSVP, DreamCon is a very boring convention. I'm just keep it real. Unlike other conventions where there's open panels with other celebrities and famous people that makes you, that like kind of entice you to go to their panels, DreamCon had a lot of fandoms open panels where most people didn't want to go to, and there's only a small few that there was actually famous YouTubers and stuff there running those panels. Even the YouTube stuff, you had to reserve some of the YouTube stuff to try to learn more about YouTube to be a better content creator, and you had to reserve a spot for those things as well. And you would think that would be open to the general public for people that want to be into content creation like myself, but you had to reserve for some of them. Even some of the timing or some of the stuff, like there was no way I was able to go to the Family Feud but also attend the Family Feud with Berleezy, but also be able to go to the YouTube seminar to learn about how to monetize your content better because of the timing. The seminar is at 12, while Berleezy Family Feud is at 1, and they tell you got to line up an hour before, so there was no way for me to go to the YouTube seminar and go see Berleezy Family Feud show. Like, so some of the, even the timing on some of the events was kind of rocky, right? And you got to be very like, you got to basically pick and choose what you want. And then they say you RSVP, you can only choose 10 events to go to when RSVPing. But yeah, man, it's not a good event if you don't reserve your spot. It really isn't. If I have to recommend anything to RDC, it would truly be do a better heads up with the RSVP thing. You know you got a lot of new people coming to your DreamCon every year. You need to make it really known. Like, you need to send like 3-4 goddamn emails that out warning people. This is the day RSVP start. Mark it on your calendar. This is the day. This is the day. Even on stream, they need to be yelling at mug. I don't know if they did, but I'm just saying right now. I'm just spitballing right now. But they need to be on their stream saying, hey guys, RSVP open up this day. Mark it on your calendar. First come, first serve. Make sure you're in there. Because it's a dang shame that there was so many people that was coming to DreamCon their very first time, and there was so many of them that did not know about the RSVP system. There was people at the cons talking to first timers. They was like, oh, this your first time at DreamCon? You didn't know about this? Like, the people that been at DreamCon before, they knew about this, and even they were looking at the first timers like, dang, they didn't know about this? So it needed to be expressed a lot better that RSVP is going on before DreamCon comes, so people can know and reserve their spots. Because truly, unless you go to the main events and go to the after parties at DreamCon can be boring. Only your friends and family gonna make it, you know, fun out there. So, you know, enjoying the surrounding stuff outside of DreamCon. So here's my gist for me to wrap my story up. To wrap up this, okay? If you want to come to DreamCon for your very first time, make sure you RSVP. Make sure you first ones doing it, okay? Or you're gonna have a boring time. Even the after party, you gotta be one of the ones to hurry up and register when you're there, because they do sell out of space and you can't go to the after party. It literally is a first come first serve situation, okay? Make sure you own it. That's the one thing I can put out there for you guys if you're trying to come to DreamCon. Second thing, if I've given critiques to RDC with this event, comparing it to other conventions, make the other panels that aren't you know, RSVP, make the other panels freaking enticing. Put other famous YouTubers in that mug that will make people, or celebrities in that mug, creators, whatever it is, artists, whatever. Make it that it's known people in these other panels that make people want to go to their goddamn panels and functions, in case people did miss out on RSVP. That's one thing. Second thing, me personally, I will pay the extra money to automatically get put into RSVP. That's just me personally. If you're gonna make it that a week or two ahead, you gotta sign up for RSVP panels. I would love if people bought premium passes, they get first come first serve when it comes to RSVP. I would love for them to get early access to that before it get open to the general crowd that didn't pay for premium passes. I would gladly spend the extra money for that. Same thing with meet and greets. If I can spend extra money for me to get a picture without having to wait in line for 2 hours, whatever, 3 hours to get a picture of a famous YouTuber from me paying for a premium, whatever, I would gladly pay the extra money to get that picture and stuff. That does not bother me, and that does not bother a lot of other fans as well. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I know people don't like spending money to get more priority in life, but that's just how life is, okay? That's how conventions are, bro. If you come to a convention with no money, bro, you're tweaking, bro. You're gonna have the worst time of your life. You gotta come to a convention with money on you. Fourth thing, more helpers. They have more security guards there, I heard, but they need more helpers there to get the lines cut down. I don't think it should be a line going around the goddamn corner of the building, wrapping around even more like you're doing a freaking donut, bro. It need to be even more helpers to make things run a little bit quicker. I know it's a lot of people. I don't hold it against them. I'm just saying. It's just me throwing out some ideas. They're the managers, okay? They're the management. They're the management team. They know how to handle it better, okay? I'm just spitballing here, okay? Other than that, yeah. Other than that, it was the RSVP thing. That was the worst thing about DreamCon. It was like, it didn't feel like it was any fun events to do outside of the main stage stuff. That's what it felt like. So unless you was willing to mingle and joke around people there, it didn't feel like it was a lot of stuff to do. That's just true. Even some people that went to the after party, they said they had more fun. They're just some people, okay, that I talked to randomly that was there. They said they had more fun going to the clubs that was near the after party than the actual after party itself. That's just some people. Again, you can't determine people's fun levels because everybody's different. So I'm not gonna hold that on anybody there. But I am gonna hold the reservation thing. Improve the reservation system, RSVP system, so people can enjoy themselves a lot more there. Even with security in the main stage room, there was plenty of people standing in the goddamn aisle, bro. Like, this is just common sense, bro. I never been to a theater or a convention where everybody got to sit down and they allowing people to stand in the goddamn aisle, knowing damn well it's blocking other people's vision when they sitting down trying to see the main stage. and see the people perform and stuff. Security guard need to be better at that. It was too many people standing up in the middle of the aisle, people couldn't see it. They always taking their pictures and stuff, and niggas complaining, and security guards ain't doing nothing about it. We going up to these people, telling them to sit down. They'll move for like 3 seconds, they'll bring their ass back and stand in the same spot again and not care. So it need to be better control when it comes to being more organized, telling everybody sit their ass down when we watching a main event going on. Security need to be better at that. And I don't know why management team put a whole row of chairs behind the live stream cameras and stuff. No one finna sit there. They can't see. It's a waste of seats. But I digress. Hope this video helped people out if they ever thinking about going to DreamCon for the first time. This is a warning for you. Make sure you reserve RSVP. Okay? Make sure. And if you don't want to wait in a long line, buy the premium. I promise you, buy the premium. Because if you don't, it's hard to get good seats sometimes. Even when you got reserved. Even when you reserve RSVP, you still may be waiting in a long line. And when you finally get into the room, you get a bad seat. Okay? They be waiting in that line an hour before the event happens. Even though they tell you don't line up until 45 minutes of the event, you got niggas waiting an hour before, even an hour 15 before. The whole organization rule thing, the rules were not heavily implied like you would think they would be. They're not. Okay, we're black. It's understandable. But if it's your first time coming going to DreamCon, or you think about coming to DreamCon, make sure you reserve yourself RSVP. I promise you, because if you don't, you're gonna feel like you wasted money and have a bad time, just like this other person here. And my family would have had a bad time too if we didn't get lucky to grab some events with RSVP from being crackheads refreshing the page nonstop to hurry up and get in there. I promise you, it was so many people even tricking themselves, tricking to get their friends in there. I'm talking about people over here allowing their friends to use the QR code so they can get into the main stage event, and they be like, "Ain't you already in here? Oh my bad, I had to go to the bathroom." And they're like, "Okay, come in here." People were that desperate to get into the RSVP, was that desperate to get into the main stage with RSVP because of how clusterfucked it was. So if it's your first time, make sure you're looking out for RSVP. RDC, please make sure management team works on that. Even on the website, it was broken. Sometimes it'd be like it's open, and you click on it, be like, "Oh, sorry, it's full." They need to fix that so people can know if it's full or not. They need to fix that bug on their website. But yeah, that's probably the main issue. Me personally, just open up more interesting panels outside of the main stage. If you can do that, I think a lot of the issues will be solved of people saying there's nothing to do at the convention. I think a lot of the issues will be solved. But that's my full out critique, pros and cons of RDC DreamCon. I had fun nonetheless with my family and friends. We made it a good time. We didn't let that shake us, and we made sure we made anything possible. We found the solution to the stuff, okay? But there were some things we wish we could have seen, but we couldn't. We wish we could have seen the basketball game. Wish we could have seen the dodgeball game. And I understand it's a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody deserves to have a right to get in there. It's first come, first serve. I just feel like the first come, first serve should be better pushed out, in my opinion. Whether you got to spend more money or you get early access to premium members, whatever it is, I feel like it should be implemented more, because it's a lot of people now. The people that spend the most money, let them have their rights. That's just how I look at it. But yeah, love you guys, appreciate you guys always. Hope this helps people that's thinking about going to DreamCon or the first time. Until next time, see ya.